85-year-old Tzu Chi recipient Mrs. Kuang lives alone, but she's leading a fulfilling life. Do carbonated drinks replenish lost electrolytes after working out? Find out more in our upcoming report. Welcome to Dai Headlines, I'm Simon Gan. Thank you for joining us. In the aftermath of the flood in Jakarta, Indonesia, 63 places have been devastated. After the flood water receded, Tzu Chi volunteers visited the home of the care recipients. Among them is a father and son pair who lives in low-lying areas. Their house was filled with mud and they could not clean up the place. Fortunately, the volunteers helped clean up their home and ease their worries.
The beginning of the year is also the peak of rain season in Jakarta, Indonesia. After the floodwater receded, the residents faced the remaining mud and begin to worry.
I've wanted to come over to take a look a few days ago. I thought that this family should need our help. Therefore, we've rushed here today.
This house, which is lying low, was devastated by the flood. It is very difficult to clean the accumulated mud.
When we came, I saw that the father looked helpless at the storefront. Upon seeing me, he told his son happily that someone has come to help them. Our volunteers quickly helped them clean up the rooms, kitchen, living room, and other places.
The volunteers spent 3.5 hours to restore the former look of Tzu Chi recipient's house. They've also relieved the burdens and the minds of the care recipient and his father.
In Taichung district, Taichung, 85-year-old Tzu Chi recipient Mrs. Kuang has been living by herself since her husband passed away. She is optimistic and is able to care for herself. She makes handicrafts during her spare time, living a fulfilling life. A Tzu Chi volunteer who also lives by herself visits her often, and the two are like good sisters.
Happy to see the volunteers, Mrs. Kuang, who's usually frugal, mindfully prepares some snacks for them.
It contains long yan. After getting up at 6 and eating oatmeal, I start to make this. It is easy to buy a pack. After adding milk, just steam in a steamer.
很 Q， 跟外面买的不一样哎。
Mrs. Kuang is happy to share her good food with the volunteers.
你85岁对不对？
哎，对。
我74岁对不对？
哎，我是姐姐。
哎，你是姐姐，我是妹妹。
对。
你看我多好啊！
The two women who are 11 years apart in age help take care of each other.
我2个女儿，一个来。
One of my daughters lives in southern Taiwan, while the other one lives in northern Taiwan. I live by myself.
我们2个都一样，都是一个人住。
Mrs. Kuang, who's an overseas Chinese from Indonesia, moved to Taiwan after marrying a Taiwanese man. She even handmade her wedding gown.
你这个一件这么复杂，你做多久啊？
做好几天了。
好几天了。
Mrs. Kuang has no children, and her husband has passed away due to illness. She lives by herself in this house full of memories.
难过的时候
When I felt sad, I cried secretly. No one saw it. After I cried enough, life still had to go on.
Facing reality with strength, Mrs. Kuang has good ability to take care of herself. Although she cannot straighten her waist, she's good at doing household chores.
Because my waist is not so good, I will get tired when I stand in for too long. Therefore, I have bought this chair.
She's also good at making handicrafts. She makes use of recycled umbrella fabric.
布也很新。
The fabric is new. The pattern is beautiful, so I made use of it. I feel a sense of achievement.
好像自己有那个成就感。
She's now living a fulfilling life.
难过也是一天。
Being sad, I have to spend the day. Being happy, I also have to live a day. Therefore, I choose to be happy.
In Quanzhou, China, 78-year-old Grandma Li lives by herself in a small sheet metal house. She has been doing recycling at the Tzu Chi recycling station for about 10 years. The volunteers learned that no one is helping her clean up her home before the Lunar New Year. Therefore, they mobilized to clean up her place and install water pipes for her so she can have running water.
After crossing through treacherous roads, Tzu Chi volunteers have come to the home of Grandma Li Ban. She lives in a small sheet metal house with simple decorations. Before Lunar New Year, the volunteers have come to clean the place.
Grandma Li Ban is solitary senior. The master has said that Tzu Chi volunteers should take care of their Dharma families, especially the recycling volunteers. Some volunteers are washing the dishes and pots inside the room, while others are washing them outside.
78-year-old Grandma Li lives by herself. She's been going to Tzu Chi recycling station to do recycling every Friday for nearly 10 years. She has become like family to the volunteers. While cleaning her house, the volunteers have brought her a gift.
We recycle PET bottles. We crush the bottles and extract trays before turning them into blankets. Everyone is very mindful. Therefore, we must cherish our recycling volunteers. This is for you. We hope you feel warm.
Knowing that Grandma does not have running water, the volunteers install pipes and washing basin. After cleaning the house, the volunteers put on spring couplets and deliver their words of encouragement.
Afterwards, you should keep it clean. We need to maintain and organize the place. Since we do recycling together, we treat her like family. We clean up her house so she can celebrate holidays in comfortable environment.
At the Rifle Range district in Penang, most residents are impoverished families that have no resources to help their children's education. Tzu Chi volunteers have launched a New Shoots plan since 2014 to provide books, stationeries and scholarships to the students here. Now, the attendance rate has improved and the students have learned Tzu Chi's humanistic culture to do good deeds.
Penang in the 70s had a bad economy with high unemployment. The government started to develop River Range at that time and built high-density trip apartments. There were 3,700 units in 9 buildings, which made the space extremely small. Most residents are low-income families and their children often skip schools.
Most students came from low-income families. Some were raised by single mothers, and some have ill fathers that weren't able to work. Many students don't want to go to school, so we have very bad attendance rate.
Just to save the breakfast money, they let the children sleep till noon to wake them. We felt for them because it's hard to believe there were such parents that would sacrifice the children's education.
Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers launched the New Shoots plan in River Range Elementary School since 2014. They sponsored impoverished children books, lunch money, and sponsorships. Also, they offer classes for children and parents to learn together.
We will tell parents what are their responsibilities and how to encourage their children so they will come to class joyfully.
When they saw this, they would have the impression that they must send their children to school to ensure a bright future for them. Therefore, our attendance rate has improved. Before, our annual attendance rate was about 70%, and now we got 88%. This plan is quite successful.
Itu satu kejayaan. Ini file, okay? File, satu file, okay? Then ini buku Superman.
After a month's preparation, volunteers hand out the notebooks and stationery to students depending upon their school age.
I'm very grateful to Tzu Chi. They've been helping me with my child's education since 5 years ago.
Dan juga bantuan buku sekolah.
Hansi has to take care of her ill husband and 3 children with her meager income from part-time jobs. However, she still encourages her students to save up money in the bamboo pond bank to do good deeds.
I feel very happy to have the ability to help those in need.
The new year is here, and volunteers hope that these parents and children can face the new challenges with a joyful heart. Poverty can never be the reason to stop a child's education.
Besides providing the New Shoot scholarships to impoverished students, Penang Tzu Chi volunteers also set up an after-school tuition program to help poor children study for free. Nabila, who used to be rebellious, has now found a passion for learning, which changed her life. Let's meet her.
Nabila puts on the new school uniform. She's excited to begin her school year.
Nabila is the daughter of our care recipient. When we met her, she hasn't been to school for over a year.
Your friend. Okay.
When she went to the after-school program, the principal told her to bring all the documents the next day and he will handle the process for her. After a week, she is able to continue her study.
The after-school program the volunteer mentioned was established in last June. The initial goal to set up a free tutoring program to motivate these care recipient children to stay hungry for knowledge and keep their passion for learning.
Due to their family backgrounds, many of these children have low self-esteem. Especially academically, their math and English levels are far below regular students. So when these children came to the program, we accompanied them to learn one-on-one. The most important thing is that the teacher must have compassion and give encouragement to them. Eventually, they will gain confidence and they will like to learn.
Nabila cherishes the weekly after-school time very much. The way she studies now is completely different than before.
She used to steal, fight, and she got a bad record. Now that she met Tzu Chi volunteers, she started to change. She has been studying at the after-school program, and I hope she can continue to work hard in school.
On the graduation ceremony of the cram school this year, Nabila holds the volunteer's hand timidly. She told her cram school teacher what she felt.
I miss you, teacher. I love you, teacher. You teach me very well. You want to be doctor, right? Yes. So now you work very hard now? Yes.
Education is the key to change one's destiny. Volunteer wishes the children can cherish this opportunity and continue working diligently in their studies.
Many get thirsty after doing sports or working out. Some may turn to a cold bottle of Coca-Cola after this activity, but they may be actually harming their bodies. On the internet, there's a rumor that carbonated drinks can replenish lost electrolytes. To learn if this is true, we take a deeper look at this topic. Here's more.
Many people like to drink cold drinks before and after doing sports, especially Coca-Cola.
Actually, I really don't have those drinks that often. I usually just drink boiled water. Mostly, I drink warm water.
Because we are going to exercise later, I thought that this aerobic exercise would require me to drink carbonated drinks because of the burden on the body.
Before exercise, I drink Coca-Cola. It is cold and makes me feel good when exercising.
Carbonated beverages contain carbon dioxide and phosphoric acid, and the body produces acidic substances after exercise. At this time, replenishing fluids through such beverages will not only increase the feeling of physical fatigue, but may also cause flatulence and abdominal pain.
Exercise can cause you to lose some electrolytes. If you drink some carbonated beverages, there is no way to replenish electrolytes. To increase electrolytes, sport drinks will be more suitable than Coca-Cola or carbonated drinks.
Nutritionists remind everyone that carbonated drinks do not cause electrolyte loss, but if you need to supplement electrolytes after exercise, it's best to get it from sports drinks or boiled water with a little salt.
In Xiamen, China, there's the Fu family of 6 people who saw their mother hospitalized because of illness, leaving her 3 children to care for themselves. Without their mother, they had not been wearing enough clothes to stay warm. Tzu Chi volunteers came with winter clothing and taught the 10-year-old boy how to take care for his younger sisters.
This is Tzu Chi volunteer's second visit, and Fu PM knows them, so she happily leads them to her house.
手怎么这么冰啊？
One volunteer is a teacher, as she brought 2 children's books and also helped comb their hair. Their mother is hospitalized, so Ping An knows how to tie their hair. The volunteers praise her for it and also remind her to wear socks so she won't catch cold. Fu Yongshen does odd jobs to support his family. They have long-sleeved clothes, but they are not warm enough. So the volunteers bring them winter clothes and also the festivities of Lunar New Year.
You can't buy it anywhere because our volunteer wrote it, and it is also Master Zhen Yan's blessing to us, so we have more blessing than other people.
Filial piety is the first good deed we need to do. Tzu Chi volunteers also teach 4th grader Fu Shibin and his sisters to wash their father's feet to thank him for his hard work.
Dad is working hard, right? So it's wonderful that you wash your dad's feet. I told him earlier that he has to take up some housework, such as cleaning their house and keeping it clean.
Everyone from the grandparents to the children put on new clothes and do not know how to express their feelings. However, their smiles show the true happiness from their hearts.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Wuxi have been successful in promoting environmental protection in various communities for many years. At the end of this year, many community representatives shared their changes and hope to inspire more people to join the green actions. In Shanghai, 6 sessions of year-end blessing ceremonies were held in 2 days, gathering more than 2,000 people to pray for the future.
Taichung Liaison Office in Shanghai held a year-end blessing ceremony. The exhibition area for humanities was very popular. Many people brought back their bamboo corn banks to donate.
In this place and this atmosphere, I feel very fortunate to be able to join this activity.
A total of 6 sessions were held in 2 days, with more than 2,000 people joining the event. Volunteers welcome members of the public sincerely, making them feel the power of kindness.
After joining this activity, I found that Tzu Chi's missions are so broad. In particular, its spiritual encouragement is quite huge.
Now we know where our donation in the past going to. I realize that our daily contributions can really help others. I feel very meaningful.
The red envelope of wisdom and blessing he got is actually the seed of love. It will germinate.
As to Wuxi, volunteers have been promoting environmental protection last year, which were highly recognized in the community. Representatives from all walks of life are also willing to share their experience and invite more people to join this green action.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been doing recycling in our community for 7 years already. Today I'm here to make a vow that sorting of recyclables starts with me. And may I also invite all of you here to lead your whole family to do recycling.
There are 51 units in our community. When Tzu Chi volunteers did the promotion, they would go down from the 33rd floor. Even though they were sweaty in summer, they did not stop their actions.
Lighting up a light symbolizes the influence of goodness from oneself could reach many people.
Dongguan Tzu Chi volunteers held a year-end blessing ceremony, inviting both community residents and care recipients to join. The event was festive and included some testimonies such as Huang Shaofen, who had a bad temper in the past but has now repented with an onstage apology to her father.
The annual end-of-year blessing ceremony was specially attended by Ahua, who suffers from mobility issues, but this did not stop him from bringing his bamboo coin bank to make a donation raised from people on the internet.
Ahua said that although he has physical problems, his heart is open and boundless. He is unable to close his heart. He feels happy whenever he sees Tzu Chi people, and this inspired him to raise money.
3 years ago, Ye Wenfeng, who was undergoing chemotherapy in a hospital, needed an urgent blood transfusion. Tzu Chi mobilized people to make such a donation. Now he's happy to give back.
This is
my 3rd year with Tzu Chi. In this 3rd year, I started going out with Tzu Chi brothers and sisters every month. We visit people in need together.
Liao Jianming was able to go out with his wife and happily participate in the event. They're most grateful for the good cheer and companionship of Tzu Chi volunteers.
My wife is taking it step by step, but still cannot talk. Until now, we have tried everything. Thank you very much, Tzu Chi brothers and sisters.
At Dongguan Tzu Chi's end-of-year blessing ceremony, stories of thanks and gratitude were shared on stage. Even this 84-year-old grandmother, Mrs. Wu, was finally dressed and shared her gratitude.
The best set of hands when it comes to recycling is here. She has beautiful hands. Everyone take a look at how we do recycling.
The once grumpy Huang Shaofen regrets her past ignorance.
I'm here to address my father and tell him that I am sorry.
She has a good temper now and won't scold you in the future.
Huang Shaofen not only changed herself but also helped Mr. Liu, who was lost because of unemployment.
After Tzu Chi rescued me, I went to work and I joined the book study club and sign language song practice.
Applause and tears, this event led everyone to reflect on the past year, have more courage and hope to welcome the new year.
Lunar New Year is around the corner, and Sichuan volunteers hosted a year-end hot pot gathering for scholarship recipients and care recipients. There's also a free haircut service and special gifts for participants to welcome the new year joyfully.
Volunteers put up the window decoration and lanterns to set up the venue. They also organized second-hand clothes.
Some clothes I like very much, and I think this is important because only if I like these clothes, others will also enjoy it. If I don't like them, perhaps others won't like them too.
Sichuan Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a year-end hot pot gathering for everyone to gather to celebrate the Lunar New Year in advance.
We
mainly invited residents in Huaikou. There are the New Suit Scholarships recipients and care recipients. We invited them to bring all of their family. We hope everyone can have a joyful time before the new year.
Today we are here for a gathering, and I'm very glad to have my favorite hot pot. It's very warm and my joy is beyond what words can describe.
Thank you all and the sisters' encouragements. To be honest, without them, I won't be here today. I really appreciate them for giving me a lot of courage.
Volunteers also give them gift bags for everyone to bring home the good fortune to welcome a prosperous Lunar New Year.
Tzu Chi volunteers in China headed over to Siyang County to organize a hot pot gathering with the local orphans to celebrate the upcoming New Year. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.